Well, hello once again, everyone. It's your boy Jingles Roscoe with another speed drawing. And, since the new Pokemon games were just announced, Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield, I decided to draw the new starters. Here we go. Now, in addition to me working on this video, while I was working on it, I did my very first art live stream. So there might be a little funny things popping up here and there that won't make it into the final image, but yes, I decided to draw the 3 new starters for Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. I put it up to the chat as to which of the starters we should start off with, and everybody was all like, go with Grookey. So we decided to go with Grookey, because Grookey go Utki. As far as the announcement trailer and everything goes, I have to say that I thought that every single one of the new Pokemon, the new starters at least, all look super cute. They all look so adorable, and usually I just gravitate towards one particular starter every single time, and it's usually only the fire starter, because I'm a fire starter guy. I've been with fire starters my entire life, so why change a good thing? But, all 3 of them this time, super cute. And I'm just like, I think whichever starter people decide to go with this time, I think they chose the correct choice, regardless of which one it was. So yes, you can see here that we decided to start off with the Grookey, who go Utki. Very cute little chimpus, little monkey boy. I think I made a little bit of a mistake by making the canvas a bit bigger than I usually do. Well, actually, the canvas size itself was about the size that I usually do for most of my speed drawing videos. But these Pokemon are really simple, really cute in design, and so I didn't need such a big canvas because I wasn't going to be making a whole lot of detail or anything with these characters. And as a result, some of the lines I think were a little too thin for my liking. But as I went on through this drawing, with these drawings and these pictures, I think that it improved a little bit over time. The stream itself was just a blast to do. I'd never streamed before, and so it was a really nice opportunity to, one, work on something and have people there for me to interact with whilst I worked. It was a lot of fun. We had Smiter there helping to keep track of all the stuff that was going on in the comment section so that I can focus on drawing whilst he read me pretty much what was being said at any given moment. And if any of y'all are interested in checking out any of the live streams that I do, one, I'll be posting the full stream on the channel. I'll have a playlist for you to check out for whenever I make any, as well as if you follow me on my social media, mainly just Twitter, because that's the only other social media really that I use. But if you follow me on there, you'll know when I announce my next stream. I should be able to do it like within 24 hours before my stream is actually going to happen, to give everybody like a heads up. Now we move on to coloring the Grookey. Coloring was really fast, really simple, because he's a really simple character and there's not a whole lot of intricate detail or anything like that. And as you know, I am a big fan of recognizable and iconic characters that are not super detailed or anything like that. Grookey was a good little chimpus. So cute. I love him very much. If anything happens to him, I'll kill everyone and then myself. How many of y'all are actually planning on getting Grookey as your starter when you get the game? Let me know in the comments below. And now with Grookey all done, we move on to our next Pokemon, which I was leaving up to chat. We decided to go with Sobble. Sobble is a very, very cute, very interesting Pokemon. He kind of looks like a water chameleon, which actually made me think of Kecleon, but you know, obviously quite different because he's got a lot of watery based look to him. Sobble was really cute, and it was really funny in the chat how I kind of mentioned that he has his mouth open, which I think is supposed to be like agape in like surprise or astonishment or something like that. He looks like he's very like an inquisitive type of Pokemon. And I just offhandedly mentioned that he's got his mouth open. It looks like he's kind of breathing through his mouth, like he's a mouth breather. And poor Smiter had to fight off the entire chat saying, "No, he's not a mouth breather." Doesn't even know him and was defending him with his life. In the stream, we were talking about smooches a lot, and we were like, everybody was like, "Hey, we got to give all the Pokemon smooches so that they feel good." I'm like, fine, we give the Sobble the smooches. When coming up with poses for any of my speed drawings that I'm trying to do, I always try to do something that's different from all of the reference images that I'm getting, something unique, so that, well, when people look at it, they won't be all like, "Oh, you traced this or you copied it directly," when no, I didn't. As you can see, this is a completely different pose that hadn't existed yet. So there, you cannot accuse me of stealing. Technically, you can accuse anybody of stealing anything, just whether or not you're correct or not is the question. And now we move on to inking little cute Sobble. That was another thing, since I was making the Pokemon so big, like the line work was just getting wacky and difficult to control. So it's something that I'm going to have to remember for when I'm making more simple characters or drawing fan art of more simple characters, to take it easy on the canvas size, or at least don't make the characters too terribly big, because then I'd have to readjust my pen, and then the sensitivity's crazy, and that's a headache, and I don't want to deal with that. How many of y'all are planning on picking Sobble when the game is released? Let me know in the comments. I was really having a good time drawing his little fat fingies and his little fat toesies. Cute little thing he is. I myself haven't really been able to play too many Pokemon games, especially within the last 4 maybe generations. I've been really falling behind on that, and I'm hoping with Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield I can, get some work in. I haven't owned a copy of Pokemon myself since Pearl, and that's a problem because I love Pokemon, but I haven't been keeping up with Pokemon, and I should have my Pokemon license revoked for such a thing. Oh, unforgivable. My favorite starter Pokemon of all time has always been Charmander, which eventually becomes Charizard. Charizard's like my second favorite Pokemon of all time. My number one favorite being Raichu. Which one is your favorite starter? as well as which one's your favorite Pokemon of all time, if it's not a particular starter. Now we're finishing up with coloring the line work for Sobble there. He looks pretty much done. I think he turned out pretty good. He's a little cutie. And now we move on to a Scorbunny. I love Scorbunny so much. Scorbunny's so cute. His little ears, his little feet, and it looks like he's got a little band-aid on his nose. So cute. I was shocked to see how fast fan art for these new Pokemon came out. I mean, like within hours, sometimes even minutes after the direct was done. And people were just all like, I'm drawing everything. I think my favorite fan thing to come out of this so far is because this new region is going to be based heavily on Great Britain. Like, how many just hilarious Britishisms have been coming out of it. Because, like, especially here in the United States, most people assume that British people, they talk very proper, that's the Queen's English, that's the way they speak. It's very, very proper, very, very right. But just like in the United States, there's a million billion different kinds of British accents out there. And it's been the best thing ever. It's my favorite. Here we are just readjusting a few things before we get them all prepped and ready to do some inking on there. Yeah, I am like 112% gonna get a Scorbunny as my starter for when the new game comes out. I'm very excited for it. It looks really good, and I don't even know nothing about it. If it's just those three starters, as those are the only new Pokemon in this next generation, I'd be content. But I'm pretty much content with anything these days. And finally, how many of you guys are going to go with Scorbunny when this game comes out? I was talking to somebody online, I can't remember who it was, but I was mentioning that all three of the new starters are all super cute and super great. I think we're going to have to wait until we see their evolutionary line before we can really say how great or not great the characters are going to be. Because personally, I liked Litten. I thought Litten was really good, but he also had like this whatever kind of nature to him, like when it was first released. So when it showed up that it evolved into Incineroar, I was like, that's the best thing ever, and I need that in my life. And as you can see that I made Scorbunny a little bit smaller than the other ones that I had drawn before. And I think the line art really looks a lot better because of that. Once again, it's just going to be something that I have to remind myself whenever I draw my next drawing. That's something that I feel like a lot of new artists tend to not realize when it comes to drawing, is that you're not going to be perfect every single time that you draw. Even professional artists mess up here and there. I'm not technically a professional, but I'm still just a hobbyist, but even I will mess up like all the time. But every single time you draw something, it's a new time for you to learn something from what you've drawn. And we got to give him a little smooches too. can see we're just finishing up coloring in the lines here, and we're going to be getting ready to finish off this video. Now with the colors all done, we'll just get everybody set, and we are finished. Oh, so cute. Such cute little Pokemons. There they are, all 3 of them. But yes, I do think they are really, really cute, and I really like the way that they look. And it's going to be really interesting to see what they look like after all of their evolutionary lines are all done and revealed to the rest of us. But thank you so much for watching. I really, truly appreciate everybody that takes the time to watch any of these videos. I guess that's going to be it for me. If you enjoyed it, be sure to stick around. Check out my social medias if you want to ever hit up whenever I do a stream, or even just check out the VODs when they get uploaded. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a good one.